right, Shalom. This is the brothers of GmsLouisianaSaints, the New Orleans camp, with another live lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and salutations to you sincere Akim out there, pushing this word of truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe, main brothers and nerds of the end, Shalom. And with this live lesson, we're just going to get into the fact that the persecution is coming, and we know it's coming, and it's only going to intensify. We just had this recent incident in New York with that shooting. Was it in the subway? Subway, the Jake with the gas mask and all that. And it remains to be seen what he's gonna say, or what his motives were, so to speak, if he's gonna mention the Israelites or not. But he's already has a history of mentioning pro-black, pro-Nation of Islam information and all that. And we can see in these past incidences where so-called Jakes did some kind of incident where they stabbed somebody or shot somebody. Somehow you hear the same thing. Oh, they were involved in the Nation of Islam. They were black identity extremists. Oh, they were dabbling a little bit in Hebrew Israelism and stuff. And of course, we know vocab's still out there talking about, oh, there's about 1 million black Hebrew Israelites in the country. And then you got that documentary that they're coming out with talking about Jakes are leaving the church for Hebrew Israelites and stuff like that. We can see that this persecution is ramping up. So with that being said, you Jakes should be preparing yourselves spiritually and mentally for the times to come, to see your face on the news, to have your so-called loved ones, your children turn against you, and you losing your job, getting thrown in prison, all these things. You can start off with that, Job.
Book of Job, chapter 38, verse 3. Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me.
Gird up thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee. The Most High is bringing this temptation to us to see if we're really worthy to receive salvation, and how we're going to answer it. Being in the spirit, knowing exactly what we signed up for, and taking everything that comes our way like a good soldier, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. As it further says, not being taken with the cares or the affairs of this world, but having our mind and our eyes single and focused on the goal, the kingdom of heaven.
Being manful. Our forefathers, even the mother of our forefathers, a lot of them, they were just ready to go for the law, statutes, and commandments, for the word of the Most High. You can't just be on some.
Example that was the 7 sons of Maccabees, their mother. Second address 7 and 6. There is also another theme. A city is builded and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things.
And that city builded and set upon a broad field full of good things is, of course, the kingdom of heaven. What we're diligently fighting for out here by making our bodies a living sacrifice, and hey, soon taking that demonization campaign against us, so we can hope to be in that elect number, the first fruits of the kingdom of heaven. And as it's about to say in the next couple of verses, hey, we got to go through that straight gate to get there. Keep going on.
The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. Like as if there were a fire on the right hand, and on the left a deep water.
And the entrance thereof is narrow, that straight path. What's it also say? The path is wide that leadeth to destruction. You got the fire on the right hand and the water on the left hand. Temptations, trials, and tribulations all around us. But we know, as it says in Psalms chapter 91, when we want to be under that protective wing of Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, that's gonna protect us from those fiery darts that are coming our way. Keep going on.
And only one path between them both, even between the fire and the water, so small that there could but one man go there at once.
Keep going.
If this city now were given into a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance?
Hey, it speaks for itself in verse 9. If this city were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he shall never pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? We got to go through that straight gate. got to go through that fire. Hey, acceptable men are tried like gold in the furnace of adversity. Give me that the second Esdras. No, Sirach chapter 2 from the top. It says that hey, we're gonna be tried like gold in the fire. Hey, acceptable men. Hey, getting all these impurities taken off of us, so we can be worthy to be the first fruits in the kingdom.
That's right.
Yeah, start from the top.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 2, verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Point blank, period. Persecution, your woman turning against you, your children turning against you, losing your job, having your face plastered all over the news, being called a black identity extremist, a terrorist, Islamic extremist. And we know that they've got this deepfake technology out here where all they need is a video like this. They got all our faces and our voices, and they can create a whole generated image with us saying and doing things that we never said or did. This man is about to come down in great wrath, as it says in Revelation 12, verse 12, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. These elites know the game. They know that Israel's waking up and that their Edomites are about to go out of power and into hardcore bondage and slavery before their eventual permanent eradication. So they're about to pull out.
I want to say this too. And they also know that the actual people out here in America, you would drink and suck up anything the media gives you, man. All right? You can have eyewitnesses there. They're going to shift the narrative of the story. You see it a lot of times in the media when somebody's on camera giving an eyewitness news. They even got them holding their hands in the vesicle Pisces. People that sit there, they seen the very thing that went down. And like I said, only the prophets and the men of the Lord know these signs and symbols. Just like they do the same shit from Kodak Magica, man, the different signs in that book, you know? And we know that, that's bullshit. The shit that happened back in the day with the Native American cat at the state capitol. Yeah. The guy had an owl behind him and shit. Oh, yeah.
He was in a Skrillex music video with the owl next to him, a whole actor, and he just happens to be the one on the media going against these little Edomite kids, and then of course you have HOI just happening to be there.
Yeah, it's not no coincidence, man. It's not no coincidence, man. See, we coming into a time where you can't get sucked up. You're gonna have agent provocateurs. You're gonna have people that look like the very people that you would think are fighting against the cause. They're with them. They're actually
Controlled opposition.
Yeah, control opposition, man. You gotta learn to actually learn to decipher between the two. Know what the hell going on.
Yeah, he has his hand in everything except the Holy Spirit.
Right.
He's in control of all of these so-called black militias, all of these so-called extremists that are trying to take down the government. They're set up by the government. Even going back to that, what was that thing that happened at the beginning of last year? They tried to storm the Capitol building.
Oh, you talking about they call them
the Proud Boys.
Proud Boys.
Yeah, that's set up by the FBI, man.
Right.
It's all set up.
Just like the Proud Boys, you had y'all remember the Occupy Wall Street shit? That shit was all set up by George Soros and shit, man.
Black Lives Matter.
Yeah.
Antifa. They were hauling in bricks and leaving pallets of bricks so Jay could pick them up and break things with them.
Yeah, even down here. The brothers watching that shit, how they try to kick it off down here, but it ain't gain no traction. You niggas are too sleep and docile and stupid. All right? When they bust motherfuckers in. And when brothers was watching that shit, they on Tulane and Broad by the courthouse. Hey man, look at them motherfuckers don't even look like they from down here, man. Hippies, man. Go ahead, all right? Shit is crazy.
Yeah, this devil is about to pull out all the stops to create this narrative to make us look like the worst things going. When the elder brother Yahshua made a beautiful point. What are we doing? We're reading the Bible on the corner. We're not out going to other countries, bombing people, raping people, stealing people's lands or resources. Who's
burning
doing
crosses.
that?
We ain't burning nobody cross.
Lynching people.
We killed nobody.
Dragging people from a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Who's doing this? These Edomites. The same ones that are saying, oh, we're the worst thing going. Black identity extremists, black nationalists, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So you know what? Fuck you, Esau. You brothers out there should be in that same spirit, man. Anything, you should be ready to get out of here. And we know we got to go through that straight gate to get there.
comes after this. So we shouldn't have any fears. These people in the world, they have everything to fear. Their only hope is going back to normal, being getting a pat on the head from Esau,
getting another JAB, J and B.
Yeah, man.
Just so they can.
He's stirring that shit back up too. Y'all been seeing different diaper mandates and shit. He's starting back up.
They're just planning on reinstating the federal mandate, the mandate for federal workers to have to get the J and B.
You know that. You know you at home. You might get that urge every now and then. You're looking for another job or a job or so. And all them bitches starting to say, you gotta have that jungle juice, man, in order to work here. So this man, as you can see, I know you better see, really boxed you people in, man. He cut the ring off. There's nowhere to go.
You brothers, watching the videos, hey, he gonna get you too. The minute you first click that video of a Hebrew Israelite, no matter what group it is,
Locked in.
yeah, you in there.
He got something. Yeah, he got something called the IP address, man.
Yeah, ain't no turning back. You can't hide from this thing now. You've been figured out. He got the light on you. And anyway, he got the transcript now. So hey, he taking down every word every brother saying. And if not, he gonna add something in there.
They best believe that they got the Alphabet Boys right now taking all these years of videos and making the greatest hits, a compilation of the worst things we said, so they can put it on the news.
Judge, man, on TV.
Oh yeah, you gotta do that.
Exhibit A. Hey, is that you? You and that bitch.
Yeah.
And they got the transcript. Hey, we've also got the transcript here, which is on May 5th, 2022. Did you say?
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something too. That Eve that's with you, she ain't with you, man. I've been around a cat. Well, when the going got tough, she went to court. She had a collaboration. She had a CD. Yeah. You remember the CDs coming that little thing? She had CDs of him on the block. Yeah. He hate white people. He believe in UFOs. Pull that fucking disc out, man. Can I play it? Go ahead, play it. Put that bitch on and you up there.
That's right.
Yeah. He hate white people.
Got a phone.
Man,
got to drive white stuff around.
And the lawyer put it on the judge, like, hey, that's not even nothing to do with the case. Okay, well, he hate white people. Okay, and what? But it's just the fact of this is how far you gonna go, man. A lot of you cats, you're laying down with the fucking enemy, man. Not even know. A lot of these motherfucking women that they came at you might be agents, man. There's a guy on the YouTube, a federal agency. We'll sleep with your fucking mama just to get close to you, man. So how much more they're sleeping? You're sleeping with a fucking literal agent. The bitch go back to Quantico, man. Yep. But you all lovey-dovey. You ready to give a Hebrew name and all that shit, man.
Yep. Use your pockets over the bitch.
Right.
Yeah. And if she ain't an agent of Esau, she's an agent of fucking Satan, man. That's right. Let's just put it out there.
Working for.
Yeah. Let's put that out there, man.
Kind of keep going in that Sirach 2.
Matthew 10 for you.
Kind.
It's back in Sirach.
We'll get that Matthew 10 and then go back.
And I was gonna get the scripture too, man. The scripture said we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, man. You have to put all that into consideration. Everything, man. Not just one. You got to put all that shit in consideration, man. Why she want this bitch is come fuck with me, man? Right at the camp. Hey baby, you go over there. Yeah. You like Pepe Le Pew. Pepe Le had a part that scene when Pepe Le Pew came off his fucking feet. Yeah. He was levitating to the bitch, man, with his nose this big, man. His nostrils this big. And he had little hearts. Big hearts everywhere, man.
And she looked like everything you ever wanted.
Yeah.
That's coming. Jake that's not in the spirit, they're gonna be like, oh man, it's Isaiah 4:1. It's time.
Yeah, your enemies know about you better than you, man. They know you niggas love cigarillos. They know you niggas love hip hop, big booty hoes, and weed, and chicken, man, and watermelon.
And they got your internet searches, so they know everything you yakking off to. So
yeah.
they got a composite. Oh, he likes this with that. He's
always playlist of your ass. Yeah. Playlist of this nigga right here, man.
This is the type of food he's always ordering. They got a psychological profile on every single one of us.
He has finish for Megan. They gonna get a bitch look just like Megan Thee Stallion and come fuck with you, man.
Esau spent a lot of money trying to create a digital version of you that could be uploaded to the cloud.
What do you call it?
Metaverse.
Metaverse shit. That's what that's all about.
He's got a profile on every brother, man. You gotta know that. They had profiles on so-called Negroes back in the 60s, going back to COINTELPRO. And this is before any of the technology they have now. So how much more today?
Right.
He's had, back in the G, he had like the big, like the computer would take up a whole room, a giant computer. They have like shit on reels, microfiche. Today it's just like you got a hard drive that can have terabytes of information.
And guess what? That hard drive, let me see it. Where is that? Your phone. This the new hard drive. This the new motherfucker that's recording and knowing everything about you, man. This shit right here. You sitting there talking shit in the room, thinking the phone off, and that shit just recording your ass, man.
Next thing you know, you got ads popping up asking you, hey, you need tires?
But turn on your phone. I can show you another way. I can show you, Jakes, another way that you can tell if Esau tapping your phone. And it's true, man.
Fuck Esau and did that. And,
I don't know. I need an iPhone. I need an iPhone. I don't know how to do it on the iPhone.
I know on the Android, Google tracks everywhere you go. You look one day on the phone, you open your calendar, it'll tell you everywhere you've been the last year. You go somewhere that you haven't been in a year and be like, you went here a year and 2 weeks ago. They track our steps, man.
Yeah. You do this right here, man. And I'll do it for you, brothers. Right on thing. You hit star, pound, 21, pound, and press. And look what screen came up. Look what screen came up when I hit star, pound, 21, pound. And it's trying to pick it up right now. I don't know if you got your data on. But anything that says enabled on that, it tell you that it's tracking. So listen to your phone. All this, well, the brother got all disabled. See, look what popped up. This is from Elite Edomites that know about this technology, man. All right. Have you ever done it on your phone? Have you ever seen that before? And it's double listening, man. Right? Again, you got an iPhone. I don't know about Android. I know about iPhone. Hit star, pound, 21, pound. And go look at your phone and see if the Fed's listening, man. Got you. You locked in, man.
Android's all about Google, so if Apple's doing it,
Yeah, of course. Remember back in the day, remember the Android fish came out? What the Android logo was? That big ass red eye. They watch you, man. That evil eye, man. Yeah, bro. They ain't do that shit for nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Android had that big ass eye, man.
I remember the boys.
With that red eye, and motherfucker, you looking at shit.
Setting up, scanning you every
Yeah.
Shit, that's like in that movie, 2001: A Space Odyssey. You had Hal, which was a red eye,
Yeah.
and it was always watching them. It was always watching to see what the astronauts on the ship was doing.
Yeah.
And then they said, Hal, do this for me. Sorry, Dave. I can't do it. That man.
It's got one real fast for you. This is Revelation 12:12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell upon earth. Woe unto ye inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down upon you, having great wrath, because he know that he has but a short time.
He's about to pull out all the stops to demonize us and keep this word from going out. Like brothers always tell you, you need to know what you signed up for. Hey, some of us, we know that there are going to be martyrs in this truth that are going to be headed for the witness stand. Some of you brothers may have to fulfill that lot. Some of us may have to fulfill it that are doing this video. But still, don't lose focus on what we're working towards. As I said back in that 2nd Ezra chapter 7, we have to go through that narrow. If a man were to receive this inheritance, he must go through those trials and temptations first.
Yeah.
And it's all going to be worth it at the end of the day. Just being of that, this is the last shot to be at that 144 number, to be the elites, the masters of the universe, the world to come, the first fruits.
I don't give a damn. I'm 143, 144. I made it. Fuck it. I made it, man.
Read verse 10 in there.
Okay. Verse 10. Verse 10 says in Revelation 12. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power.
Hey, scriptures say the kingdom's coming anyway. Esau can't stop this train from leaving the station. So we know that the kingdom and salvation is coming. It's just going to be what path we have to take to get there. But we know that we must endure through that path.
Right.
Some of us have to get our reputations destroyed, just looking like the worst thing going. Have everybody as an enemy towards you.
Even your family, man.
Especially your family. It says, hey, a man's foe shall be they of his own household.
Really, in this truth, they're not your family. It just got blood relatives, right? Yeah, I got it. It says, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is salvation and strength in the kingdom of our power, and the power of our Mashiach. The accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our power day and night.
The accuser of our brethren who accused us before our power day and night. And we've seen it even before we came to the truth. He was always making Jake look like the worst thing going on. The thugs, the gangsters, the drug addicts, they're all the worst things going. So how much more the men of the Lord that are actually making a difference and bringing down his kingdom? He's about to come with some next level shit to demonize us.
Really, the Most High has him in a trick bag.
Exactly.
You know, we were saying earlier how Esau, he's cutting off the ring, but the Most High is cutting off the ring for Esau. So it's like when you read in Job, it tells you how, you know, his days are appointed. He has bounds he can't pass. So Esau's trying to box us in, but the Most High has him boxed in. There's no way around it. As soon as Esau makes his move, Yahushua's going to make his.
When the enemy shall come in like a flood, then will that standard be set up. And the more Esau goes hard against us, like you said, he's in a trick bag. The more he goes against us, that's the more the Most High is going to go against him to protect us.
It's not that same double back. I don't know if y'all remember watching Apollo Creed. To the time where Apollo got old, in his head he's saying swing, back up, back up, back up. And his body his mind saying do it, his body was shutting down on him. He's not doing the same thing he used to do. So the devil is not, he weak now, man. He's in the same devil from the 40s and the 30s, and he was in his prime. But the Lord God, like you said, the Lord got him in trick back to where he think he punching, he ain't swung yet, man. He's gonna get his fucking ass knocked out, man.
Not even the same devil from 9/11. That was he fooled the whole world with that. But then people were like, wait a minute, this don't make sense. That was his last great hurrah. Now you got anytime he does something, like 30 seconds later, there's a video uploaded, like, okay, he's a crisis actor.
Of his own people, turning it, debunking it.
We say, don't attempt to fall upon this. Even though they Edomites, they Joe Sixpack, they telling on your ass, man.
That's why, look, this whole thing with the Kragamuffin, that narrative started falling apart. So what he had to come with Ukraine. He got to keep coming up with stuff.
Oh, brother, he didn't. This in the last day, he didn't brought back the Zika. I don't even want to say it. He brought back the little head babies, man. All right, that whole dis-ease.
He got the
all right?
bird flu now.
Yeah, he got the
look, Will Smith.
What is it? Some other shit called it's on the tip of my tongue. It's over here. Malaria, some shit. Malaria, yeah. Got motherfuckers bugging out. God, I know. Texas, he caught that shit. He was on a fresh was dying, man. In the last couple of months, you know, he just out here doing it to people, man.
Scripture speak about pestilence.
Yeah, that was it on that. I'm gonna find this other one to go with the accusers of our brethren.
That 10.
This is
We can start at verse 16.
Say Matthew, verse 10, verse 16. So like chapter 10, verse 16. Behold, I send you forth as sheep in the midst of wolves. Be ye therefore wise as serpents and harmless as doves.
Hey, we're in the midst of wolves. We're sheep. But we have a shepherd. We know that standard's going to get set up when this devil comes. But hey, regardless, he's still coming, and we've got our trials that we have to go through.
But beware of men, for they will deliver you up to the councils, and they will scourge you in their synagogues.
But beware of men. Beware of Esau, your family members turning against you, your neighbor across the street that's always watching you, all that. Once this demonization campaign really hits up, they're going to be looking to come and snatch you up. Look what they did to the apostles during 9/11. They had nothing to do with it, but then they got arrested and sent to jail.
especially when it's is out here for the want of bread and water, man. Niggas gonna do anything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they know where your spot at. You like to hang out. They gonna call them people, man. Oh, I know where you at. How much the award is? Oh yeah, I got my eyes on him right now. I'm gonna watch him till he come. Right? That's gonna be your. Hey man, you ain't better trust your own mom in that day, man. Right? Because brother's moms and came up against him, put him out over this word, man. You ain't my. I don't know who the fuck you is. You ain't my son.
You in a cult.
Yeah. All right.
And it said they will scourge you. And what should come to mind? Hey, Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. You shall be tried for 10 days when that devil casts you into prison. And some brothers are going to have to go through some levels of torture or afflictions when they get snatched up. But it also says in that 2 and 10, he that endured to the end, well, it said, endure all these things, you shall receive a crown of life.
Yeah, 30-hour interrogation. They just switching out motherfuckers in there on you, man. Right? You know, back then, when I first came in the word, it was an article came out back then about how they plan on doing people in the FEMA camps and putting them in the gulags, man. Saying they're ready to have extensive interrogations with even, I told you brother before, I don't know you might have heard me say this, they even thinking about running audio systems in interrogation rooms of past people that got tortured. Now you spook it out, thinking somebody over there getting grind up. You tripping, man, but that's the games this devil play. This man, he's a real Chris Angel. He's about mind freaking you, man.
What does the devil mean? Deceiver.
Yeah. This man's a mind freak, man.
Keep on it.
Verse 18. And ye shall be brought before governors and kings for my sake, for a testimony against them and the Gentiles.
Being brought before the mayor of your city, the governor of your state, the president. Hey, some brothers may even be brought before the Rothschilds, a Rockefeller, all that. That's what a testimony against them. And as it's about to say in the next verse, read it out, Bible Kashab.
Verse 19.
How many of you ready for that, though, man? How many of you brothers ready for that? He pulled up, and brothers down here, they got pulled up by the meth. All right? And he told them, you ain't bringing none of this downtown. I done cleaned up the city. You ain't bringing this downtown no more, man. And had every police down there looking for you to on any given Saturday to fuck with you, man. Put you in jail. Brothers ain't been to jail behind this thing, man. We didn't early on, man, we had fights every goddamn weekend just about. Some brothers, man. So what is this? What are we doing, man? You know, he's seeing guys with you, they come up ask you for your IDs, he's shaking, man, like a fucking leaf on a windy day, man.
Sweating.
Tripping. Come on, Al. You gotta listen to him, Al. That man serious. Look at him in his eyes, Al. That man is serious, Al. Man, you need to get your ass around here, man.
Like you brought up with the very first scripture, gird up your loins like a man.
Yeah.
This is a battlefield out here. We're coming into the gates of the nobles and telling them, look, not only are you and your kingdom going down, but you're going to be underneath us. That's going to make somebody feel some kind of way.
You fighting, about to fight niggas or having fights. You scared as a fucking hoe in church, man. You not even helping them. You supposed to be ready to die for your brothers, man. Right? Like that other little situation just happened with that guy pushing the brother, man. Y'all supposed to step in the name of love on that nigga, man. Let the nigga touch one of the brothers, man. You touch one, you touch us all, man. Right? Touch us all, man. I'm going to jail, man. I'm going to jail, man. You going in the fucking ICU or somewhere else.
It ain't
I'm
looking
gonna
good for you.
I'm gonna try my best to fuck you up. You know?
You're gonna get them
Shit.
them Robert De Niro foot stomps from Goodfellas.
Yeah, man. You're gonna have Timberland print stomp on your goddamn head, man. You're supposed to be ready to go. You're supposed to be ready to die for the brothers, man. We all one fight, we all fight, man. You're supposed to be over here, fuck you over here, looking while everybody else over here ready to get it on, man.
You just shut down, like
Yeah, man.
Be the mediator. You know.
He ain't been a mediator, man. He just shitted on himself.
Yeah. He tensed up. They said
Tensed up, man. Fuck that, man. We going down, man. If I gotta go, man, we going there.
they like NATO. An attack on one of us is an attack on all of us.
The United Nations, man, the 12 tribes.
Exactly.
That's right, man.
It says, but when they deliver you up, take no thought how or what you shall speak, for it shall be given you in that same hour what you shall speak.
Read verse 20.
For it is not ye that speak, but the spirit of your Father which speaketh in you.
And like we just quoted with Isaiah 59, hey, when the enemy comes in like a flood, he's going to set up a standard. Hey, that not only comes with like, hey, physically, like, hey, some brothers are going to get spiritual powers. Hey, angels are going to show up and protect brothers. It's also talking about the very things you speak, as it says in this verse. We don't even need to worry about what our testimony against him is going to be. It's the spirit of the Most High that's going to tell us exactly what we need to tell him. Some brothers may be straight, raw, and uncut with it, and some brothers may just be like Yahweh Shai and be like, hey, you said as much. Like,
I'll say it. But ultimately, it's about knowing that we already got the victory through the blood of Yahweh Shai. His sacrifice that he made 2,000 years ago sealed everything. Every prophecy in his book is going to come to pass, and the prophecy ends with Israel getting the victory. That's all you have to keep in mind, man. Yahweh Shai already won. Yeah, we're on the winning team. It's rigged, just like all these sporting events. The game is rigged. This is rigged. The Most High rigged it, man.
it's rigged for us to win.
God.
Read verse, you can read 21 and 22.
God. It says, and the brother shall deliver up the brother to death, and the father the child, and the children shall rise up against their parents, and cause them to be put to death.
Hey, you got to expect everybody to come against you. Hey, there's even a possibility that somebody you think is a brother on side of you, could be an agent, could be an agent of Esau or an agent of Satan, for him to turn you in. Because he was weak in his faith and couldn't endure the persecution that was coming his way.
We, men of the Lord, man, we see a lot of you Judas, man. We see a lot of Judas. It's a Judas around in every camp. There's a Johnny Brasco in every camp and around the camp, man. You gotta know who they are, man. You think Yahweh Shai didn't know Judas was who he was and what he's gonna fucking do, man? He knew it already. He just had to play the part, not saying anything, man.
He literally said, him that dippeth the bread into the bowl with me is the one that's going to turn against me. Lo and behold, it was Judas that did.
Yeah, man. So you gotta have it determined. You gotta look. You gotta know. Hey, I'm like my brother from Mount a Gun, from DC, man. You can't trust no goddamn body, man. But the brothers, man, the true brothers, man. Everybody else, man, it's a trial by trial basis with it, man. Yeah, fuck that.
It reminds me of a quote that this character on Game of Thrones named Circe said to her son. She was telling her son, because he was going to become the king, he was like, anybody that isn't us is an enemy.
Yeah, Yahweh Shai said that. He is not
with me
against me, man. It says, and you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake.
Listen closely to this next part.
But he that endureth to the end shall be saved.
And he shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. Testimony of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. What we're doing right now, being in the gates of the nobles on the internet or out on the highways and byways preaching this word. But he that endured to the end, no matter what comes his way, shall be saved. And you got to keep that in mind. As you brother just said, the game's rigged. We already know that the kingdom of heaven is coming and this man's going to go down. You just got to pray that you have the strength to endure that straight gate, to make it, to be that first fruits.
Yeah.
To make sure these labors that we're doing right now aren't in vain. Like you always say, hey, we come this far, it's too late to turn back.
Too late.
Go where? Do what?
Exactly. Well, Peter said that. Where are we gonna go?
Yeah, 'cause each brother is on their own path and their own journey. So your journey might be, you might have just came to truth within 3 or 4 years. That's the length for you. You didn't went from year 1 to year 5. That's how long your journey was. My journey may be 15, 16. The elder Apostle Hart, their journey was gonna be 30, 40 something years long. But if you're in the middle, almost the end, how are you gonna turn back now, man? It's too far. It's not even worth it. Like the scripture says, you got to take into account if you're able to finish that job. Going back is going against the work, man. You don't have enough in the budget to go back. You don't have enough in the budget to keep going forward, man.
Can't finish building the house.
Yeah.
So that way you be laughed and mocked at.
Yeah, man.
You're gonna come with that. If you give up, that's gonna be your memorial. This was so and so. They were in the truth for however long, but they gave up. They got weak.
Yeah.
They took the bag. They took the charagma. They got the J&B.
Took
they
the
gave
cheeks,
up over
man.
a woman.
Yeah. Took the cheeks, man. Cheeks, the lawnmower, all that shit, man.
God.
Fuck all that, man.
This song
We'll go
68
back
and
to
20.
that Sirach 2.
He that is our power is the power of salvation. And then to Yahweh, the Most High, belong the issues from death. So the Most High, play writes the script, who lives and who dies, and this, he got playing out stuff, So, like I say, Esau gonna come up against us, try to scare brothers here and there, put guns in your face, stick knives to your throat.
Yeah, rough you up and shit.
Yeah, you're gonna give you some punches here and there,
Hey,
slap you a few times, but hey.
Yeah, I mean, my bad.
Yeah, he only doing what the Most High allow him to do, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, this man got bounds, he under control just like we are, man. This devil ain't nothing special.
Yeah, so even if the Most High Yahweh himself had power over Satan to not touch the flesh of Job, how much more this devil? All right?
A nation that he created to hate.
Yeah. If the Lord wanted to touch you, he gonna touch you, man. It might be your trial. You gotta Jake watch these movies, you see the guy all he in the back in the dungeon room, hands behind his back, take that tape off your lips.
Throw a bucket of water in your face.
Yeah. You really ready to die for this Yahweh Shai guy? Yeah. He push the shit out your ass. You bleed, nose all bleed. He over there fucking with the berry. You like, oh shit. He got all the surgical shit drilled.
You take out that towel and there's all the different instruments.
Yeah, man. And that shit when you told me to watch shit with Samuel. You bring that nigga out there. Yeah, you bring that out there. He bring that nigga from Unthinkable, man.
And in that movie, they got that dude he was interrogating at the end. Since CC couldn't break him, he brought his kids out. He brought his kids and his wife and put a gun to their head. Like, this devil's about to be raw and uncut with him.
Yeah, he know that's your pressure point, man. You better believe. Let me say something too about a lot of you cats, man. All right, Esau, if you the weak guy in the camp, Esau know you the weak guy, man. He's all about tapping into the weak link of the chain, man.
He's a predator.
Yeah.
Predators always look for who's at the back of the herd.
An eagle. Yeah. What does eagle do? Comes and swoops down and snatches the one that's away from the pack to take him away.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what video.
Hey, watching you got some brothers, they don't even watch their whereabouts. You just driving, fucking with your phone, doing shit, nigga. Motherfucker following you, man. Yeah.
Send this bitch's way. I got some back you up. This is Wisdom of Solomon 2. I'm going to start at 16. We are esteemed, and this is the mindset of the Edomites, more specifically the elites. We are esteemed of his counterfeits. He abstaineth from our ways as from filthiness. He pronounceth the end of the just to be blessed, and maketh his boast that the Most High is his Father.
Yeah, that's what we do, man. We make boast of the Most High. Yahweh is our Father, man. His Son, Yahweh Shai, is our Savior, right? And this devil don't like that, man. Because in his mind, his power is who? Satan. Which we know we got the blueprint. Your power really ain't your power. Your power, Esau, serves our power, really. All right? You in a trick bag, man. Like the scripture says about the deceived and deceiver are his, man. The Most High works both sides. All right, go ahead, huh?
Let us see if his words be true, and let us prove what shall happen in the end of him.
Let's prove. Oh, and that's the proving part is what? Esau ready to bring your ass to the ringer, Jake. Right?
For if the just man be the son of the Most High, he will help him and deliver him from the hand of his enemies.
Setting up that standard. Esau want to see. Let's see if we're gonna test your power. You're talking all that shit. We're gonna test you to see if your power be true.
You gotta say you're Israelites. Let's see what this God of Israel is.
Yeah.
Because Esau, remember, he's a scoffer. He don't really believe. He doesn't have faith. He'll dig up artifacts. He believes because of his research, but he doesn't have faith. He needs to see Yahweh Shai. He's going to.
Yeah. And like the scripture says, after this brother, the scripture says too, when he see him, he gonna be scared to fight, but the Lord gonna put it on his mind to fight him, man. Damn coward. He done stirred up all this shit on the planet Earth. You done spread space trash all around the world. There's all this wickedness, but you ain't gonna want to fight the man that you talk shit about, man. Damn devil. Go ahead.
Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture.
Ooh, man, you hear that? Read that again, huh?
This is Wisdom Solomon 2:19. Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture.
Let us examine him. You best believe, brothers, they're gonna come to examine us, man. They're gonna come to probe us, man. Putting you in them white room with that iron table, man. Chained up. They want to talk for hours. Waterboarding your ass, man. Electrocuting you. Right? Torturing you, man. All in the name of Yahweh Shai. This is gonna happen. You're gonna try. What did it say one more time, man?
Let us examine him with despitefulness and torture.
And tortures. You hear that? Torture. All right, go ahead.
That we may know his meekness and prove his patience.
That we may know his meekness and prove his patience, man. Because even though it's Esau doing it, guess who's really doing it? The Most High. The Most High saying you really love him. You're going to go down for him, man.
If you're worthy of this inheritance,
Yeah, you gotta use these scriptures for our benefit. What Yahweh had that little small window where hey man, Father, if you can, I can do it. And the Lord didn't answer him. You know what he said? He stood 10 toes down, man. He said, you know what? Let thy will be done. It's notification.
it says U.S. renews Cragamuffin 1.9 public health emergency.
Here they go.
Hey, turn up the dial on that oven.
And the proven part of it now, man. They're proving you with the Cragamuffin, right? The sour cream, man. Some tapped out. Some have made it. The ones that have made it are the men of the Lord. I heard with the other Kim over 20 of them drop. With the men of the Lord, because we know about the Most High put us in the knowledge of the herbs and different things like that, man. Oh yeah.
Let us condemn him with a shameful death.
Oh man.
For by his own saying he shall be respected.
By his own saying he should be
Such things they did imagine and receive, for their own wickedness had blinded them. As for the mysteries of the Most High, they knew them not, neither hoped they for the wages of righteousness, nor discerned a reward for blameless souls.
They don't hope for the wages of righteousness. They don't hope for that. They hope for wickedness, man. Right? And they hope to get their hands on the prophets, man. Right? The Lord is going to stand up, lift up a standard. Oh, yeah.
Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 12. Yea, and all that will live godly in a Mashiach Yahweh Shai shall suffer persecution. That's plain, man. So if you suffer persecution, that should boost your faith, because that lets you know, okay, I'm doing the right thing.
And what did the apostles say in Acts chapter 5? They gloried that they were persecuted for the name of Yahweh Shai.
Yeah, and I've been writing John 3, one part of that number that has to go through certain trials and tribulations. It's going to boost our faith.
That wind's kicking up. The power of the head kicking up.
This bird really wasn't blowing that bird. When these things happen, you're going to know these are the things that the Lord said would happen to the prophets. These are the things the Lord said would happen to the elect. So when they happen to you, it's going to boost your faith. Like, oh, I'm one of those men. Yeah, the Lord did it.
It's going to say that Sirach 2. Look at the men of old.
Back to Sirach 2, verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble.
Don't bitch up. Don't get weak when this persecution comes. Remember what this brother just said. Hey, persecution, when we know that the saints were persecuted in the past, and that means that the Most High was dealing with them. So if we go through that same line, what does that mean? The Most High dealt with us, and we know that he is the reward for the persecution. Yahweh Shai went through his hour of temptation, and where's he at? Sitting at the right hand of the Father. We go through our hour of temptation, we're going to sit at the right hand of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Scripture said the Most High pleased him. So when you go through this persecution, you got to know, okay, the Father's pleased with this. And as we say all the time, man, the Lord's with it, we're with it.
That point, period.
You got one to that. Yeah. This is what you already said. This is Acts chapter 5, verse 38. It says, And now I say unto you, let me go up one. 37. After this, a man arose, Judas of Galilee, in the days of the taxing, and drew away much people after him. He also perished. All, even as many as obeyed him, were displeased.
These false, that could be an example. These false prophets and teachers today coming up and taking men astray, getting men to be carnal about it, or just getting them to follow after these wayward doctrines to their destruction.
It says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. But if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught.
Point blank, period. If this was of our own strength, like the Black Panthers, any of these other movements Jake tried to come up with, look what happened. Esau infiltrated it and broke that shit apart and left Jake in a much worse case than before. But this is, as he's about to say.
And to him, they agreed. See, but if this be of, let me go 37, man, mistake. Verse 37. But if it be of the Most High, he cannot overthrow it. Least happily ye be found even to fight against Yahweh.
And that's exactly what Esau's going to be found in this fight against Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh. But if this counsel be of the Most High, which it is, it can't and it won't be overthrown. Like you were saying earlier, the Most High's got you in a trick bag. The more you come against us, that's the more Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh is going to come against you. And you can't just stop coming because you have to try to stop the elect from waking up. So if the elect wake up, that's game over for you. So you have to do something to make it stop. But again, by you doing something, that's the Most High that's going to turn around and do something to you. There's no way out for you to win.
Right. Verse 40 says, and to him they agreed, and when they had called the apostles and beat them, they commanded that they should not speak in the name of Yahweh and let them go. And they departed from the presence of the council, rejoicing that they were counted worthy to suffer shame for his name.
Counted worthy to suffer shame for the name of Yahweh. You got to realize how much of an honor it is, how much of a privilege it is for the Most High to have woken you up, and not just that, but make you to be a man of the Lord, a prophet preaching this word that has a chance to be of that number. That there's billions of people on the planet.
Worthy to be a sacrifice if possible, man. Why Job said, man, though the Lord slay me, yet will I would trust in him, man. Right? Because I'm at his mercy, man. Anytime I'm at his mercy, you know, the Lord can punch my clock, too. Right? The Lord can bug you out, all that shit, man. Right, spare you, man. Let me read this. This is the last part, too, right? This is the heaviest part. Verse 42. And daily in the temple and in every house, they cease not to teach and preach of Yahweh Shah Mashiach.
Like here, they just went harder.
That's right.
You brothers should be in that spirit. Every brother's gone through things ever since they woke up and stood in this walk. But what should those things have done? And tempered that steel and made you stronger, make you want to push harder to bring this place down and bring about the kingdom of heaven. You should be getting like a water. You should be water in a river and not in a lake, getting stagnant. You should be constantly flowing and moving forward.
Like back in the day, 4 years ago, the apostles brought that up. You should be like a juggernaut, man. Even you watch that guy at Juggernauts,
Excellent.
yeah, he get more
momentum.
Yeah.
You get faster, you hit harder.
Yeah, that's how you should be, man.
What he said, old girl, movie. Don't you know who I am? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Yeah.
Hey, we're Yasharala, the princess of the power, bitch.
Back in Sirach 2, it says, verse 4, whatsoever, verse 3, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end.
That thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Hey, we should be getting stronger and stronger as we get to the end. If we endure whatever our lot is, hey, we can receive that inheritance, get that first fruits, and get everything to your heart's desire, Jake. Everything you ever wanted at the snap of a finger.
We all those trees that grew in Yahweh Shah. The tree, the wicked moment, the weakest moment of the tree is when the seed first was planted and it's trying to grow. It's real young.
It's overgrown.
Yeah, it's strong. It's stronger than it gets stronger in age, man. Not weaker as time goes. That's how we're supposed to be. We're supposed to be stronger. That's why the scripture says in the Bible for how wisdom tests you and she tries your discipline. That happens in the beginning. in the beginning stages when you first fresh. But when you got years up under your belt, you're supposed to only be growing stronger and stronger and stronger because you didn't got experience under you, man. We got experience on this devil. We know what this devil likes, he like to do. So we have a full understanding of him. So it shouldn't be no need to get weak, man. Go ahead, Doc.
Keep going on.
Verse 4. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, right, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate.
Whatever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. As the elder bro just brought out in that Acts chapter 5. They gloried that they were worthy to suffer the persecution for the name of Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And what did it say in the next verse? They continued to preach.
Ain't quick, man. All the false flags, you saw them pushed, brothers still go in week in, week out, still pushing the word. You know, no matter how many times we get on Fox News, CNN, talking about black supremacists, terrorists, and all that bullshit, it don't phase the brothers. They still come out and push.
I remember in Houston, a cop he used to come and arrest brothers, hackers up and shit, and then to the point that guy even said he was tired of coming out there. Like, y'all just gonna come back out here the next fucking week, man. That's called ambition, man. What it is?
Perseverance.
Perseverance, man. That's what you call fighting.
A warrior, a soldier for Yahweh Shai.
We know we serve a terrible power. And if you don't know, he gonna make you wish you did come.
Yeah, man.
You feel man.
Shit. We fear him that can destroy the body and the spirit, not just him that can destroy the body. That wind's kicking up again. somebody that keep going on.
Verse 5. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity.
Right. And what's it saying, Zechariah? That 1/3 shall pass through and make it and be refined as gold and silver. We want to be that pure, refined, beautiful gold and silver, that jewelry, the ornaments, the most favorite ornaments of the Most High.
The Most High is making up his jewelry right now. His jewelry is the men of the Lord. It says, believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, believe him, and your reward shall not fail.
Fear and believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, your reward shall not fail. Hey, we're doing everything that the Most High told us to do, and we read about what the reward is for those that endure. So what else are you going to do but endure? Jump to verse 10.
Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Of whom did he ever despise that called upon him?
Look at the generations of old and see, did any that ever called on Yahweh were they forsaken or despised? We've got plenty of beautiful examples of brothers in the past through these scriptures that went through their trials and believed in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai and made it through their temptations and trials. One of my favorite examples that I always bring up is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. They didn't bow down to that image that Nebuchadnezzar created. They were there in Babylon, where we at today, back in Babylon, not bowing down to the image. As it says in Revelation 20, men that didn't bow down to the image of the beast or receive his charagma or any of that. I found 7,000 men that have not bent the knee to Baal, and they got thrown into that fiery furnace. But what? It said there were 4 of them in there, and one like the Son of Man. Yahweh Shai was in there with them, protecting them, setting up that standard, and they didn't even have so much as a smell of smoke on them. While the men that were chugging up the furnace, they got completely burnt to a crisp, to a cinder. And what can that furnace be related to today? These nuclear missiles that are about to hit this place. And who's coming to beam us up from chariots to save us from this fire? That Son of Man, Yahweh Shai. Exactly. That be glorified, that perfection that we're waiting for.
Remember that happened on which that movie was spiritual. That movie was so spiritual they took it off the film. Lovecraft Country. Remember it was a scene when the nuke dropped in there, and like they didn't get burned up. I don't know if you got to that part.
I vaguely.
Yeah, but in that they got shielded. They got shielded from the nukes, man, or the blast. That's how we gonna be, man. And what is tell me the other one too. I'm thinking about in my head. Isaiah 30:22. I'm trying to get this other one. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 32, verse 2. It says, "And a man shall be as a hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land." Yahushua is going to be our covering. We're going to be the covering of our family. And that's it, man. Everyone else that doesn't have a covering, they're going to get caught up in that tempest.
Don't have a hedge. What was that? What's it say? There's not a hedge set up. The thief can come in and steal shit.
You said something earlier about precious stones or something like that. Precious jewels. This is Lamentations 4:1. How is gold become dim? How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out to the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion comparable to fine gold.
And was it also saying Isaiah 13, a man shall be finer than the gold of Ophir?
It says, how are they esteemed as the early pictures, works of the hands of the potter?
Because they went against their power.
That's right.
They went against their power and followed after the ways of this world. Hey, that temptation comes your way and you give up. You'll become dim. You'll become like just your works will become like
dross.
You'll be the dross and the silver.
Yeah.
You'll become like those works of wood and stone that were burned up, not those works of gold and silver that
Right.
the fire came through, but they were tried and refined through that adversity and made pure and precious.
Like I said earlier, we are those trees. Matter of fact, to make an emphasis even more, we're those olive trees, man. And guess what? Olive trees are fire retardant, man. They're fire resistant to fire. That's what we hope we got, man. Through the
Olive
fire,
trees with the oil.
yeah, through the fire of the missiles and the fire of Jacob's trouble, man. We hope that it shall not touch us, man. Even though we're gonna be able to see the things that's been happening and displayed, but it come not near thee, man. All right. Yeah.
Isaiah 41:13. For I, the Most High, thy power, will hold thy right hand, saying unto thee, fear not, I will help thee.
There you go.
Fear not, thou worm Jacob, and ye men of Israel. I will help thee, said the Most High, and thy Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel.
You got it.
That's coming straight from the Most High, man. He said he's going to help.
Oh, they got some more. They got some more meat in that thing.
Keep on hitting it.
Oh, they got some meat in that. Yes, indeed, Lord.
Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument
In the time of trouble, we're gonna go from a worm to the real juggernaut, man. And like that,
Brass, like,
yeah, it's gonna get it. It got some meat in that thing. We're gonna go from a worm just do this all day. Just chug along.
at the mercy of everything.
Yeah.
Everything.
Can't defend itself. It can only hide.
The sun kills the worm.
Yeah. But in a moment in twinkling eye, what it said he gonna do?
Behold, I will make thee a new sharp threshing instrument, having teeth.
Hey, it said like a lion, Israel gonna be in the midst of the Gentiles, just ripping and tearing and handling business.
Yeah.
Thou shalt thresh the mountains and beat them small.
Thresh the mountains, these power structures, these governments, and beat them small.
Even 2/3, man. We're gonna thrust you too. Go ahead,
When we get those spiritual powers, what's the first thing we doing? Going to get Abarat Desire word that number, going to get these elites. And you know that they got some of the best security out there. They got 50 layers of metal doors, lasers, bodyguards, and all that. We're gonna go through that like a hot knife through butter. They got 13. They got more than 13 cameras on tour.
The real panic room. That shit gonna get. You know they talking shit. Ain't nobody can break through this shit. This shit gonna be broken.
What they say about the Titanic? God couldn't even sink this ship.
Yeah, we gonna be in your shit like bruh, man. In that day, man. Shams. You know,
You guys do. Just chill. Snatch y'all up. It's time for slavery.
yeah.
small, and shall melt the hills as chaff. Yeah.
They know what that means? Melt the hills and the what? And the shaft?
Make the hills as chaff for me.
That means much ass kicking gonna be going on. That's ass kicking right there, man. All right? You getting the bottom of a big ass Hebrew foot in your ass, man. That's what that means. Read it one more time, that part.
Most High got bars, man.
Yeah.
Thou shall thresh the mountains and beat them small,
And beat them small.
and shall make the hills as chaff.
Yeah. That's when you done harvest the land. That's the shit that there's really no work to the shit, man. We're gonna beat the shit out you, man. Literally. That's what that means. Ass kicking gonna be going on, man. Ain't nobody gonna be able to do a goddamn thing about it, man.
Except take it. That's the only thing they can do is just take it.
Yeah, he gonna be like Puff Daddy was doing back in the day. Take that, man. You're just gonna be taking it, man. And we're gonna be giving it. That's what the men of the Lord waiting on, man. That power from on high, man. I think that's in Acts the 1st chapter, right? You should have received power from on high. I think around 18 or something like that. 18, somewhere around up in there. 15, somewhere. It's somewhere up in there. I can't remember. Yeah, Acts 1 and 18. You should receive power from on high. Something like that. 8?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you got it mixed up.
Acts 1 and 8. But ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit has come upon you.
After the Holy Spirit. We already got that already. Go ahead.
What's next? It says, ye shall receive power after that the Holy Spirit has come upon you, and ye shall be witnesses unto me both in Jerusalem and in Judea and in Samaria and the uttermost part of the earth.
The uttermost part of the earth, over here in the Americas, man.
And what's it saying? Matthew 24, verse 14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
There you go.
We're in the uttermost parts of the world, preaching this word unto all nations, and what does it say? Then shall the end come, which we can clearly see is coming.
That's right, man. And we ready to kick ass and take names out here, man. Right?
We all have bubble gum.
Yeah.
You know how it is to be the worm.
Yeah.
Really.
It's time for somebody else to be the goddamn worm, man.
Right.
You ain't even gonna be a worm, you're gonna be shit.
Spittle. We're gonna go back to being the spittle. So we got it in.
Hey, so with that, we hope you sincere Akim and Akwaf were edified by this lesson. And again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakahakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word of truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure to the end. Shalom.
Shalom.